Welcome to Sissues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Everybody, I'm just going to put a little bit of a warning label on this episode. By the way, this is Phil. And that's
this is Sher.
And this is Sissues. And I'm just gonna let you know that we already have a little bit of Sissues going on right now.
Sherry's triggered.
Yeah, Sherry's triggered and I'm salty. So we're still gonna have some fun. But as the episode progresses, we may have some venting if it's appropriate. So
I don't know. Even if it's not appropriate, this might go down. It might go down.
I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will at some point. So we are back to our Outlander rewatch. We are in season 5, episode 3, Free Will. So again, if
you know what, people don't need free will anymore. I'm saying we got to shut this free will down right now.
Okay, shh, quiet. No more. If I had a mute button for her, I would right now. So if you are watching on Netflix, please make sure that you skip the intro and go directly to the beginning of the episode. This is actually a cold open this time, so it doesn't start with the song.
Oh, right. And I will count you down. I know, breathing, my heart is beating out of my chest right now.
I know, that's why we need to get started.
Okay, all right, fine.
We need a distraction.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. There.
Okay, and you guys were supposed to press play on 1. If you didn't, then just rewind and start over again.
And then we got some moldy bread and Claire.
That does not make me hungry.
Dolloping some gooeys on it to make it more moldy because she's looking for penicillin. She wants to make some penicillin so she can, help these people when they get their infections, and she can, and because this time I believe, she's going to be doing some operations if she can get some penicillins.
Well, I just love that Marcelly is following her around, asking her questions, and Claire's a really good teacher because you don't just give someone the answer. What you do is you ask them questions to make them think for themselves and see their general understanding. And so far, Marcelly is doing a really great job.
I love this wall of cabinets that Claire has in her surgery area.
Yeah, if we had it nowadays, it would just be to hold stuff and more stuff. And more stuff, and more stuff.
Well, Claire's got lots of stuff in there.
And she's got lots of moldy bread.
Mm-hmm. And there's Buddy in the background doing all the edging works.
He's staining.
Mm-hmm.
He's staining. But it's really, just think about the craftsmanship that's involved in that big house.
Mm-hmm.
Just every room and all the details. So
yeah. And this guy's listening, and he's like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. That's a whole bunch of crazy talks.
This must have been so hard for Claire, knowing what the future holds as far as penicillin and really, really trying to, replicate that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what are all these people, what's that guy thinking when he's, watching all of this food just go to waste, right?
Well, anybody in that time period, and the only person that would make sense of it, of course, is Jamie, someone.
Well, even him.
Exactly.
Because always those wee beasties that you say that are there that I can't see, but she's always talking about them.
I love that time lapse. That is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And all the, I just love how her whole surgery area and the house keeps on coming to fruition, right? And her talking about, there was another sample that didn't produce her penicillin.
Yeah, and if she's doing it all the same way, is it just the different types of bread that she's been trying?
Yeah, there
The
was
different
some fruit
concoctions.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, she had some fruit there, and I think she left them in the sun for some things, and then some things she put up in the cupboards, and
Yeah.
you know, so she was trying all sorts of different kinds of things, and then after she finally does find it, she'll
You know
kind
what
of
she probably
replicate.
made? She probably made an Excel checklist,
An Excel
and she was,
spreadsheet.
yeah, I love it. And yeah, I would have loved to be able to do that for her, because
Yeah, I
that's
don't
my
think.
favorite thing.
Yeah, you're one of those weirdos.
Oh, I love Excel. Oh, and I follow this Excel lady on TikTok, and she gives me like lots of really good advice.
Does she now?
Yeah, she does. She's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, your idea of cool people and my idea of cool people are really different. And
right.
here we go with the free will.
Yeah, wonder what that means, free will.
And there's
Wonder-
Marcely
Yep.
practicing her stitchings.
I'm excited to watch her do this. It's
Yep.
like she could be a, Nurse Marcely, or or maybe even a doctor someday. I don't know how that whole thing is going to pan out. So
Well, yeah, because that's not something from the books, so we don't have
No.
any kind of
reference.
any kind of reference at all for that.
Oh, here comes
And
Jamie.
he'll be coming down the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming down the mountain when he
Looks
comes.
so gallant, doesn't he? Insert big gush.
Insert big bush. What? What? I don't know what you just said.
I didn't said insert big. I said insert big gush. Like, oh.
Oh. When I think
Yeah.
of a big gush, I think of something else.
Well, I know you do.
Oh,
course
look
you
at me just checking her out while she's laying there slipping.
Such a tiny bed, it looks like.
And we get a little bit more of the, spiritual side of Jamie.
You can cross my heart if you like.
And he's just thinking, nah, tap that.
Yeah. Come on, Claire, wake up already.
She
Could
did.
smell him a mile away. I'm sure.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, you pay.
Sounds like she was running again.
She was thinking about running.
Yeah, exactly. Aw.
Running.
I like seeing them together. It seems like they haven't really been together in a while. You know what I mean? So much is going on at the ridge, and
Yeah.
Well, but not the best of news. Why you sound like a horse?
Because you kept on, I was trying to talk, you kept on talking, and then I was just like, okay, I'll just let you talk. And then I just, I died. I had a horsey sigh. Well, he needs some Claire comforts. She needs to give him a hug with her vagina.
I wonder how long he's been gone. Because it's like they haven't seen each other in a really long time. He looks so handsome. That jacket.
It's the lighting, too.
Yeah.
Outlander is pretty dark. For mood sometimes. But I mean, in general, the scenes are very dark.
Well, especially in this season, I find, it's like a real stretch to find any happiness in season 5. You know what I mean? I get the drama, but, there can be, some nice, good feels in a drama series as well. And it's like, there's something really season 5 is lacking in Outlander.
I loved season 5, though.
Oh, I did too. I'm not saying I don't. It's just that
for sure. Yeah.
I was like on the seat of, just on the edge of my seat the whole time. It's like, oh my God, what's happening?
It was also the first season that you watched episode to episode.
Yes.
That you didn't get to binge.
That sucked.
You were so emotional.
Well, I hadn't even read that part of the book yet, so that didn't help, right?
Yeah. Jamie, I found Sam did a really good job of showing Jamie's aging.
Yeah.
In the way he moves and stuff like that. Like he just doesn't have the same springiness that he did when he was, you know, in season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know, his movements are a little bit slower. It's not that he's, you know, decrepit, but, you know, like he's just much more, I don't know if it's, you know, he's just spent all night riding. So maybe he's, you know, a little stiff.
You know, and I know that we look at Claire and know that she's from the future. But from someone from the future, oh my gosh, has she not settled in like she's lived there her whole life? But is just really smart.
Right. Yeah, I think I think there's something about that time that she does feel settled in. Like that she is, you know, at home with like she's saying, you know what, I've made my choices. I'm with you. I'm, you know, I'm happy. I'm comfortable. This is, you know, and I think that is like some people are, you know, two pieces of a puzzle. Yeah. You know, like you're complete when you're with another person. It's not always, you know, your husband or your spouse. Sometimes it's your brother or your sister or, you know.
I love it when he runs up, Grandpa.
Yeah. He's so sweet. Little,
is he not?
Little Robbie is in real life. Yeah. These two, you know, I know, like, Cesar did not, of course, like everybody was pretty upset that he didn't get more screen time, more scenes in season 5. But you see these two together in this scene, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You have that's an awful lot of handsome in one shot.
Yeah.
Two boys. And then
I'm really looking forward to his growth as a character. Like I want to know more because I'm almost like just a few pages, I think 35 pages from finishing the Fiery Cross. So I'm excited to see where his character goes. Yeah.
Yeah. He's such a great character in both the books, but I love him in the show too. And I do hope that they expand his character a little bit more. We have such a short season 6 coming with only 8 episodes, but I do think they're going to go with some of Fergus's story with the child that him and Marcelly have. I won't give too much away, but that really tests Fergus, and so I'm hoping that's there. And of course, he grabbed a piece of paper that Claire was writing on to take his note to go to Wilmington with. But yeah, having Fergus and Jamie in a scene together, it's just like no.
And Wilmington isn't like next door.
No, so it's a quite the trot away.
Yeah, exactly. Just to up and leave like that.
Yeah.
Well, still working on the big house.
Yeah. Fergus to me is he's just so fucking sexy. I just can't get over the guy. Like
that's what makes him and Marcelly such a nice couple.
Beautiful man. Oh. Yeah, and Marcelly, like, I mean, them together, they dead sexy couple.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was fast. That he was gone all of 2 minutes.
Well, that just showed that, you know, life goes on. There's Isaiah Morton and Ronnie Sinclair with Jamie.
Yeah.
He always looks just ready to go, doesn't he?
I know.
Oh, Fergus again.
And he still calls him me lord. He should just call him daddy. Hey, daddy.
Oh no, that's no. I no, that's.
I know. I know. It's okay. You could call him Da, like.
And
Brianna
there's the
does.
Bugs.
Yeah. Which, of course, like we said in the previous episode, had a much bigger part.
Yeah.
I love it when her hair is down.
Yeah.
good indication of how long she's been there, considering how long her hair was when she went through the stones to now. So
Right. Yeah.
well, and same with Claire's. Claire's has grown long as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's, you know, and well, they're taking off and leaving Bree in charge.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and it's nice that Jamie sees the strength that she has, that, you know, he doesn't even think that he needs to appoint a man to oversee the ridge, right? That he has enough faith in his daughter and can see her strength to do that, you know?
Exactly. Now, see, in the books, it would have been Mr. Bug, who was the overseer.
Yeah.
While he was gone, right?
Yeah. No, but I like how they played this out.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is good.
Yeah.
And Jamie, oh, I got to say goodbye to Bree.
Yeah. And there's the little lopsided smirky-dirk. And here's Bree's like, okay, babe, you want to bring me back some tampons, some toilet paper, and maybe
ice cream sandwich.
An ice cream sandwich. Maybe something.
Now I got a craving for an ice cream sandwich.
Now, see, he was like, I'd probably be better off like hanging out here with you.
Yeah. Doesn't he look kind of stunning there? He looks awfully handsome.
He's like modelly perfect.
Roger's
he must have
one
shaved
of my
like
favorites.
3 seconds ago.
Exactly. Well, because they want to catch him clean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You guys, get a room.
Who, me and Roger? Is that what you're...
Bree and Roger.
Whatever. Fine.
I love this shot with them, like, everybody's kind of like gathered around to watch, you know, the Laird and Lady leave, and, you know, just, it's nice to see so many people like on the ridge.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. Well, it's grown quite a bit since they've been there, so, which is nice.
Yeah.
I love the landscaping. And of course, we all know this is Scotland. It's not actually North Carolina.
Yeah. And here's the same trails that we, you know, they're always going back and forth through that, you know. Oopsie doopsie. Goodness.
Little bit wet there.
Uh-huh. Yippers.
Yeah. Well, and it makes me feel bad that all these guys are walking. Everybody should have a horse. There should be nobody walking. Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. Well, I get having to stretch your legs and all of that, but
I don't think I want to be on a horse all the time.
If you could buy that jacket right now in the store, would you buy it and wear it?
No.
I totally would.
It's like fucking 25 degrees outside.
Yeah, but I mean when it's not 25 degrees outside.
You said if I could buy that jacket and wear it right now.
Okay, well, I still would wear it right now because I'm always cold.
Yes, say choose your words wisely when you're speaking to me.
Blah, blah, blah,
literally.
blah, blah. Yes, she does.
Literally.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't know what to substitute the gun with.
I would love, I do. I love that jacket she's wearing.
Yeah,
it's like
me too.
The nicest.
I love how she has it belted at the waist, how long it is.
And here is he telling her that, you know what, Stephen Bonnet's not dead after all.
Yeah, does Bree know? No, Bree doesn't know.
Wouldn't tell her that. Why would we know that? She'll never find out on her own.
No.
She already fucking knows.
Yeah, she knew before her mom did.
Yeah, she already overheard you, you dumbass.
Yeah. And
we give Jamie a really hard time. Just saying. We always give Jamie a hard time because we do this because nobody else does. He's the king of men. Yes. Everybody's always talking, you know, how awesome Jamie is. And we love Jamie too. Like, we bang him.
Yes.
But somebody has to give him a hard time. Because
nobody is perfect.
We have to knock him down a few pegs every now and then. Because nobody is perfect. And even the king of men has to get knocked off his throne.
Well, he does make mistakes. You know, it's how you appreciate making the right decision is by making the bad ones every once in a while.
Yeah, because, you know, he does. He'd be a dumbass sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, John Quincy Meyer.
And it's okay. Alrighty, let's make some funny. Everybody's too serious. Not like this whole podcast.
No siree boobs. And see, I know that this hasn't been an actual whole day because Roger's still got baby bottom skin.
Yeah, this was probably the very next scene.
Yes.
Otherwise, Rick Rankin would have a full beard by now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because that usually only takes 3 minutes.
Oh. And they're all trying to up each other as far as a joke is concerned, and Rogers just went yeah.
And Jamie's like bragging that I'm gonna, sleep with her. So
yeah,
neener.
Yeah, I can't sit up with you guys anymore.
Yeah, I get to sleep beside a girl. You guys have your hand. Uh-oh.
Yeah. No pants.
He's got no pants.
Yeah.
This is Kezzy, which is Paul Gorman.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah, they're like, Josiah. This is Josiah. No, he's not saying anything. What's going on? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you answering us? And he's like, I don't know who all you people are. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. It's funny, though. That was kind of the first thing I thought of when I seen him.
Right.
That's not him.
Right.
He's got a brother. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, he doesn't. Oh, there's Josiah.
Yeah.
So Paul Gorman is playing dual role as Josiah and Keziah, which are identical twins. And it was funny because when I did an interview with Paul Gorman, and it's on the Bootlanders page, so all you have to do is Google Bootlanders, Paul Gorman, and the interview will come right up for you.
Which is pretty awesome, by the way.
It was a great interview. I love this kid. He is amazing. Yeah. He is so emotionally intelligent, and like so much so that when he got this part, he went and spoke to deaf people to ask them if it was okay that he took the part, because he didn't know if it would be a good decision for him to make to take a part from a disabled actor. Like, come on, like that is a level of emotional intelligence, and to be so aware at his age to, and I know it's more people that are youthful to be more mindful of others. And the deaf actors that he talked to said, you know what, since it's a dual role, absolutely. And he was also very cognizant. He wanted to have a deaf consultant on set with him to help him, because back then ASL wasn't a thing. So they had to come up with their own language, with their own kind of sign language, in order to play the part between the two. So there was never they had this scene. So this is a split screen. However, he was acting with another actor. So there's another actor with him all the time, playing either Keziah or Josiah. So he always has this actor with him, and he loves the guy that I wish I had his name. I'll get it for the next episode, of the actor that, this poor guy acts with him in every scene he does, but gets no credit for it because they always split him out of the scene. Right.
Yeah. Well, and he's one of the very few actors on this series that actually plays a dual role, right? We've only seen it, 3 times so far, right? Where we have him playing his twin brother, and then of course, Blackjack and Frank, and then Dougal and Buck, right?
Right.
So, but some of these actors have played like a behind the scenes role, like we know Mary, she was, a second background actor in one of the scenes near Leoch. So, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that he's telling the story of their servitude, which is basically slavery. I mean,
Yes.
they were indentured at like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. Their parents died on a ship. And so in payment for their travels, they were sold. And they were sold to this Beardsley family.
It was so cruel, the things that they did to them,
And one of the punishments is, Kezi would get his ears boxed constantly, and it caused him to go deaf.
Yeah, it busted out his eardrums. So, yeah, which is sad. That's not something you can just go in and repair, unfortunately. No. You'd think with today's technology, they would be able to. Maybe they can. Maybe I'm just completely naive and don't know anything about it, but I'm pretty sure that they don't.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to back then, that's for sure.
No, exactly. And just the pain of that alone, I couldn't imagine.
And the reason why he didn't have any pants is because he had to leave them behind, because the little baby kittens in the barn, the cat had babies and the kittens were on his pants, and he didn't want to disturb the baby kittens. So he left his pants behind. Now that's the kind of person Kezi is. He has a very big heart. Even though he's been abused, starved, and treated horribly, he has a very large heart, and he's a very, very sweet, sweet boy.
That says something about someone, to go through so much trauma and still be true to who you want to be, to be kind, and, that says a lot about him.
And
exactly.
And same with Josiah. Josiah is very, he went out and he hunted and he did all of those things for his brother.
He's a protector, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he's a protector. He's a hunter. He's a, and those two, Josiah and Kezi, are two of my favorites. Yes. Like, as characters, I love them. And, Paul Gorman, great actor. And if you want to support Paul Gorman, there's a fan group called the Pollinators. You can follow them on Twitter and Instagram, and support that guy.
Aren't they on Facebook too?
I don't know. I don't think
Pollinators?
So. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure though. You'd want to definitely check them out. Just because supporting a new, young, up and coming actor is a great thing. It's good for them.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
There's Kezi's pants.
And the kitties that are sleeping on his pants.
See?
And you see, Claire doesn't pick up his pants. She just leaves the kitties.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And if she did give birth to them on the pants.
This house deserves a home makeover.
Well, you know what? I think John Gary still did a damn fine job of making that house look like it needed a makeover.
Right? I'm not sure the occupants deserve a home makeover, but...
I tell you, Fanny Beardsley knocked it out of the park.
Oh my God, they picked the right girl.
Oh,
did they not?
Bronwyn James, we're going to see her.
I freaking love her.
She is one of my favorite UK actresses ever. And when
she's hilarious.
She's the best. And here we go. Here, a goat. Peekaboo.
Dozy dozy.
Going to see you.
Davy.
What are you doing in my window?
Did you see Jamie's face? It's the first time I've really seen him like, whoa.
She's like, out, go away. Get out of here.
Sorry, Jamie, your smolder did not work on her.
No, she's not impressed.
No.
No.
No, you're not. You're not sorry to hear he's dead. We're not sorry to hear he's dead either.
No, he's not quite, but
I love how this episode all plays out. It's pretty funny.
So dark.
I know, but I loved it.
Oh, I loved it too. Yeah, and see, it was one of those things that you read in the book, and you're like, God, this is so messed up.
Right?
And I wanted to see how they were going to play it.
Yeah.
And I think
it wasn't too terribly far off of the book. You know, there were pieces here and there that were a little different.
Much more in the book, for sure. For sure. Fanny, I think Bronwyn James, I much preferred her Fanny over the Fanny in the book. Fanny in the book was very, she had her lisp.
Yes.
Like, if I have a feeling if Bronwyn would have done the lisp and done the, you know, I think it would have been over caricatured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I think just her presence herself, like how she portrays this particular role. I don't know. She just nailed it. Yeah.
So, you know, like, I just.
But she's a very adaptable actor to the role that she's assigned. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I seen her in Harlots. She was amazing in Harlots.
She's
loved her.
And she played Fanny in Harlots too.
Right? And that's when I'm like, oh, is this a knockoff from Outlander? Is this where she went?
No, it was before. She was in Harlots before she was in Outlander.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know Harlots was that old.
Yeah. Yeah, it was before.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that means Harlots is over then.
Yeah. Sadly.
Fuck.
I know, right?
Well, you think Claire would know exactly what that fucking smell is. Come on. Right? You know, decrepit old blood. Come on.
But at the same time, Claire is more used to fresh blood than old congealed laying in filth blood for that long.
She's from the war though.
But the blood hasn't been lying around for like weeks.
No, but dead people have with like
not
old
weeks.
Blood laying, but sure.
In the no.
Because where do you think they put them after they died in World War?
Burned them, Phyllis.
No, they didn't burn them all.
They didn't just let them lie there for weeks and weeks and weeks.
No, I know that, but they weren't able to get to them right away either.
So
that's why I'm saying, as a doctor, she should know the smell.
Yeah, no, I think that was pretty fucking putrid.
I knew this had to be some kind of animal for sure. Because who else is just going to go dunk?
It's Hiram.
Dunk.
She's like, way to go. You let Hiram out. He's going to want to go and boink all the girl goats now.
Yeah, exactly.
See, look, they're running away. They're like, uh-oh, Hiram's out. Horny old goat. Yeah.
And he's so bossy with her. He just met her.
I know, right?
Looking. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Jamie.
That's her house, dude. Getting
right?
Awful bossy.
Yeah, exactly.
But she is looking for the papers. Like, she wants them to get the hell out of there.
Well, and she knows they deserve to get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm. Well, she wants them to so she can get on with torturing somebody.
Yeah.
This isn't goats.
Well, and Claire's got really good eyes.
Goats do smell pretty strong. Look at that. It's like dripping out of the seal.
Right.
And she does. She got pretty good sniffer. But yes, you know, if there are that many goats inside of a house, how bad that's going to smell. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Claire, Miss Nosy Claire, she's just going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did your husband?
To nobody.
Nope.
No.
And of course.
And see, and I'm glad that this was like just up the stairs, because in the books it would have been so much more difficult.
Oh yeah.
For them to shoot that, but they did a really good job of,
making him look pretty. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, and she's not trying to fight her. She knows that she's going to find him.
And thank goodness they had flies and stuff like that, because there'd be a whole lot of flies buzzing around that.
Oh, more than what you see for sure.
But they're, yeah. Don't feel too bad for him.
Yeah, that would freak me out too. Good thing I wouldn't have a knife in my hand and be like, he'd be dead faster than his next breath, I tell you.
Right?
Scared the crap out of me.
Yep. Well, this is gross.
But you know he wasn't dead because the blood was dripping. He still wouldn't be bleeding if he was dead.
Well,
So.
but that's also not just blood dripping. It's also
everything else.
All of the other goodies that come out of the body when it's just laying there.
It's oozing from the sores. It's the urine. It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Maggots laying all over you.
Squirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He definitely needs, some moisturizer. Just a little bit of moisturizer.
Oh, good. And she gave him some Rice Krispies for breakfast.
Yeah, and there's a couple other critters enjoying it too. But only God knows how long ago that was.
Oh, God. Well, that was the thing. Just giving him enough to stay alive. Like, just enough. It's like, you don't know me. You don't know my life.
Yeah. And this is hard. Like, they're not trying to hold her down or anything. They're just asking her more questions. But they also understand, I think, too, who he is and what he's done. So
because the boys have, like, this wasn't like a happy family home. This guy, deafened.
Poor Jamie's got to freaking carry him down. Like, what if his like by the shoulder, his hand went into his shoulder because it's so bushy.
I just grab by the ankles.
Yeah,
just do it that way. These poor kids.
They want to go.
They want them at home,
right? Because now they're gonna,
would have been better idea. Left them with their mom. Sheesh.
And Roger just promised something he shouldn't promise because he doesn't know.
Nobody should promise
And
anything.
she challenged him. Do you see how strong she is? She's like, oh, really? Is that so? And Roger's like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And the boys want to go. You can see them grinning like, yay, then we don't have to do chores anymore.
Yeah.
Not understanding the other side of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Woohoo, we're out of here.
But guess what?
Yeah.
It's no fun, boys.
Nope.
Ugh. There's his old burnt foot. Yeah, Claire, this wasn't, you didn't sign up for this.
She taking maggots off? Yeah.
Now she's putting maggots in.
No, she's taking them out.
No, it looks like she's putting them in so they'll eat all the dead shit.
No, she's taking them out. She was putting them in a bowl. Where would she get maggots right now?
There was a bowl full of maggots.
No,
upstairs.
Look, she's taking them out. See, she tapped the forceps on the bowl to get rid of them.
It looked like she was putting them in the leg to me so they would eat up all the dead flesh.
No, they're there because of it. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I would like to use a forceps to cut all that out and then stitch it up.
Look, Jamie.
It's still pretty bossy.
Right?
You're not at home, Jamie.
Right.
I get though, you know what? She did do something terrible to him, but he's evil.
Right? I'm like,
evil.
Sorry. She tortured him, but he also tortured
killed
her.
How many women?
He also killed so many of his wives.
Yeah.
And he beat those boys. And I'm sorry.
If I was Fanny, I would be telling him, get the hell off of my kitchen table.
I'd be like, no, everybody can leave. That's good.
Yeah.
Here's your papers. Get the fuck on, all of you.
Yeah. Yuck.
Put a bullet in his head. That would have been the easiest way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What he did to deserve it is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. What did he do? You know what? He did lots and lots and lots.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, next best thing.
That's it, Fanny.
Tie a knot and hold on, girl.
Right?
And that was the smart thing to do, is to leave them alone for a couple of minutes. Because thank you, Claire and Jamie. That was a well thought out plan. You guys were talking about her.
And like, really, are you going to be in that house for very long without opening some goddamn windows? Like, why are those windows still closed?
Right?
What is wrong with these people?
And Claire, oh, I can't leave him like this. We have to help him.
Claire, you totally can. She's like, giddy up, horsey. Giddy up.
Yeah. They should have just left her alone.
I love how she hit Jamie.
Oh, I know. I love that. You go, girl.
Let him die. Let him die.
And I hate, he already has her away from him, and then he, you know, like pushes her. That's mean. So mean.
I'm sorry, but I think it's so funny that she fucking overpowered Jamie.
Yeah, and then just peed all over the floor.
Then pee.
Her water, I know her water broke.
Her water
I had bubbles.
Well, you know, there's some stuff on that floor. It probably reacted to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, Fanny. You can do it. You can do it.
Get
That's so funny that they showed the head.
Yeah. There you go, Fanny. And he's like, she's having a baby, and it's not mine.
Yep. And I love that Jamie's right there. Not typical for a man way back then, eh? Nope. He knows to just jump in and help because she's going to ask him anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a little black baby.
Yeah.
So sweet.
You know, but at least she wasn't raped by him. You know what I mean?
Well, she wasn't. Yeah. Well, she was. Like,
no, I don't mean her.
Yeah.
Husband. I mean the other guy.
Oh, no.
Right.
No, it was her lover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to eat her after birth.
Gross.
Oh, but some people do.
That.
Or they send it off to sea with flowers.
Yes. But let's not talk about that. Why did you have to say that?
Because some people do it.
Why did you need to say that? You
didn't
need to say that.
I'm hungry.
So,
not for after.
You're hungry, so you needed to say that. That was
no. I'm just saying that when some people are hungry and you have
around,
afterbirth
little baby.
Oh, what a sweetheart! And I love how she just rubs it in. I 8 years.
Oh my god! And then they have it from his point of view, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Her laughing. Oh my god, I love Bronwyn James so much. She is such a cool girl. I just love her.
And where's Jamie and Claire? They're standing there looking back and forth at the baby, at the old dude on the table, back and forth at the baby, old dude on the table. They don't know what to think. This is not a soap opera they want to be in.
Right. But yet there they are.
And now at least they get to know her a little bit, you know, that, you know, she wasn't there on purpose. And then they find out about all the other wives and, you know.
Yeah.
So can you imagine living in that for 2 years? Fuck.
And you do form a little bit of a connection as soon as you see another woman's vagina. And it's more about, you know, being there to share the miracle of birth.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, she sees Fanny a little bit differently now.
Well, and she's so young, and his fifth wife. Like, come on. Yeah. You know, and she even tells them where all the rest of them are. you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, there was the big story in the book about the rowan tree and, you know, about the wives and it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, and he, of course, killed them because they couldn't give him a baby because he's sterile, not because of them, right? And that's how it was back then. It was always the woman's fault.
Mm-hmm. For
right?
sure.
Always a woman's fault.
Yeah. But
that's such psychological damage.
Yeah, but divine intervention on whose behalf that, you know, that thing couldn't friggin' procreate.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. But unfortunately, you know, it's at the expense of 4 other lives, you know?
Yep.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
And see, she still wants the boys to be happy, right? You know, they were kind of in it together.
Well, it's a whole lot of fucking psychological trauma.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That she's going through, and you know, I mean, she was able to get some of it out on him, right? Like, I mean, it's you know, like people don't think payback is healing at all, but I tell you, I think Fanny would disagree.
Yeah. And you see, she doesn't want to be there, you know, whether she's the wife and is entitled to it or not. She does not want to be there. So much evil lives there, no matter how much it's worth.
Yep.
You know, but because she is the wife and she has a baby, that means, of course, if something were to happen to Dude, everything would go to the baby, right?
Yep. Exactly. Legally, it doesn't matter if the baby is not his by blood. The baby is his by name. So everything goes to the child.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least I'm glad that Claire's treating her differently now that she understands her whole story. And not that she treated her badly before. You know, because they could have, you know, tied her up and all that stuff.
But was indifferent to her, I think.
Yeah.
I think Claire just treated her as if she was, you know, non-existent.
And I love how she thought her name was Sassenach.
Yeah. That was
I thought that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I like how Claire says her own name. Claire.
Yeah. Claire. You can call me Claire. I think I just spit on my screen. But when I was saying Claire.
He squirted.
Oh, and they're spending the night there. So Jamie brought in, you know.
Totally not be in there at all. I would rather sleep outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why anybody is sleeping in there with, you know, greasy,
so
grimy gopher guts.
Goat guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I know, they're making me tired. You know, this whole scene has been in the
night.
dark, and come on, I need a nap.
Yeah. This is a really dark episode. Like, not just mood and like actual physical, you know, but like visually dark.
And I love how the title of all the episodes, you can bring it back to more than one scene. Right? When you think about free will, it applies to a lot of different things, for sure. You know, in this particular episode. So
absolutely. It surely does.
You know, free will for her, free will for, you know, greasy, grimy gopher guts there, you know, free will for the boys, a lot.
And the lack thereof.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So can take it from both sides.
You know, and I don't like that. I don't want them to go back to America. They don't need to go back to America.
Did you see Jamie's face? He was like completely surprised. But this isn't the first time that she's thought this. She had this conversation already with Roger and agreed, you know, and if you really think about it, yes, they should go back. Yeah. Yeah, I think they should go back. You know,
they don't have the same experience that Claire did. And I don't think they've quite adapted to that time yet. And I think it's safer for the baby.
Yes, but at the same time, neither of them have any family.
No, this is true.
In the future, right?
Yep.
Like they only have one another. They don't really have, like all of their family is
here.
Is there.
Yeah.
So
Jemmy, this is the only world he knows.
Exactly.
Jemmy doesn't know the other world. So
yeah. So
when you say home to Jemmy, it's in present time.
Right. Exactly. It's where he is and where he's always been.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's something that, like I think that when they think of going back, it's like, well, okay, it's got all of these, assurities, but at the same time, it doesn't have any of their family.
But it does have Kit Kat and chips.
Well, yeah, but and it's in the morning time.
The light is coming up. And Jamie's doing that so that he doesn't have to get up with the baby. It's like, woman, best get up with that baby.
He's the first one awake.
I know, I'm teasing.
Yeah, but that's weird. Well, I think it's weird.
Well, and he can't find Fanny.
Where's
she
Fanny?
Is gone.
Yeah, Fanny's disappeared.
Yeah. But the baby is still there.
Yeah. In the books, they were already on the road. Fanny was already on the road with them. And with Hiram, it was a big, like, Hiram was like a character all of his own.
Yeah.
And
didn't she leave a note? She left a note, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she left a note, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Babe's there, and so are the indenture papers.
Which is awesome. I was so happy that she found them.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd been a while for them to go through everything.
Yeah, exactly.
To find them. But yeah, she's gone. Got the indenture papers. Okay, we can head out of here after we take care of, what do you call him? That guy with the gopher guts.
Greasy, grimy gopher guts.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Josiah and Kezi are going to be free on the ridge.
Yay! And that's good for Jamie and the ridge.
And it's good for Lizzie.
We'll get to that because I don't know that.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, well, don't spoil. Well, we already seen them flirting, so we already saw them flirting, so that's what we were referring to.
And they loaded up the goats.
And why not? Why leave them there to die? Bring them where they'll do some good. Yeah. And besides, baby's going to need some milk, and goat's milk is really good for baby.
Exactly. I like how she has the baby slinged.
I know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And she looks so good with the baby, doesn't she?
Well, she's a grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
She's Granny Claire.
I wonder if Claire and Jamie stayed together, how many kids they would have.
I don't think very many.
I was just going to say, I don't think they would have had any more than maybe 2, because Claire would have been, hold your horses, I need my career.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had other stuff to think about.
Yeah. And I like how Claire finally agrees to go outside and let Jamie have the conversation. And he said, if he agrees, then I will call you. But I love Jamie's plan. And I just want to wring this SOB's neck so bad when Jamie asks him, does he want to be forgiven? It's like, screw you.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, I don't need to be forgiven. I'm, I didn't do nothing wrong.
I would have been happy to pull that trigger. Yeah. Don't give that guy a cross. He doesn't deserve it. Maybe throw it in the fire and stick it to his forehead afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you that, you know what? Everything he got was a taste of karma.
Yeah, exactly.
Including the bullet to the noodle.
Yeah, and yes, dude, you are humiliated because that child is not yours. Yeah. Just a scowl on Jamie's face.
Yeah. That big old vein.
Jamie doesn't put a very positive spin on his condition either.
Well, no, there's not much of one. You're never getting better.
Yeah.
You're gonna rot until you die.
Yeah, and your foot, well, it's gonna fall off here. Yeah, pretty soon, and you'll die with it.
Yeah. Nothing's good coming out of this.
No, exactly. Yeah, see, they could have saved themselves a whole day and just, boop, done.
Right, done that.
Be on their way.
But then Danny would have gone into labor by herself.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but she still wouldn't have had him. You know what I mean? Like, she would have just let him die up there, torture him a little bit more. She was doing fine on her own.
Yep.
Until, of course, Claire and Jamie come sauntering up.
Gotta throw
Oh, I love this perspective.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool.
It's a good one.
I know you're a wicked man.
You know, like, just the ounce of remorse would have been good, but at the same time, you're like, don't give any redemption to people like this sometimes.
And you can see Jamie's mad because that little vein underneath his eye was popping out when he wouldn't pray for forgiveness. And here it comes, Claire. You know it's coming.
Yep. And
it should. Go ahead, Jamie. And I know it's not the, most delightful thing to do, but yeah.
Yeah. Took a donk. Click.
Boom. Yeah.
Bye-bye, birdies.
I love that. Of course, that's CGI, people, but that's still pretty cool.
And the other thing is, you wouldn't be looking up because I think you're going to get pooped on.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I think there might be some poop in that rain.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit. Bit of birdie poop.
But, in hindsight, they should have maybe just buried that body, because now whoever inherits that is going to go back and find that. It's going to be all eaten up anyway, because the little critters are going to get in there, and the rats and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be messy.
Yeah. And then he's referring back to his father because, his dad had apoplexy as well, and he thought of his suffering and how he wouldn't have wanted him to suffer.
Yeah.
And that's why Claire's comforting him, is because he's just thinking of his dad right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let me die like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, don't think so.
Well, I just had a really weird tingle down my back, because he's making Claire make a promise. You have to promise me, if this ever happened to me, that you would make sure that I was dead too. I hope that's not how Jamie goes. I hope that Claire doesn't kill Jamie. They don't put stuff like that in the movie for no reason.
And it's not a movie.
It's a show. Oh my gosh, I've been so good. I haven't said movie in a really long time.
No, you have been, but you messed up again. Way to go.
Holy shit, sis.
Alrighty, so Sydney B 41A9C 153 on BuzzFeed had this to say.
Holy shit is right. I put a pair of dirty underwear in my sister's binder when she was in 6th grade. The next day, she opened up her binder during school to find a pair of pink underwear with shit stains and rainbows on them.
That's disgusting.
Well,
Oh my
that's what
God.
she must have done something to deserve it because, well,
Yeah,
there
being a
you go.
younger sister.
Could you imagine how mortifying it would be? Oh my God, she would have picked up those panties so fast.
I hope she was one of those kids that sat in the back of the class
No
and
kidding.
not at the front of the class.
No doubt, because yeah, she would have been known as shit stains and rainbows for the rest of her school career.
And that's not such a good, little nickname to have. That's disgusting. And who put the shit stains there? Whose underwear was it? It
was
wasn't
hers.
clarified. That was gross.
Yeah.
It said, yeah, bleh, that's gross.
Oh no, it doesn't say whose underwear. It was just a pair of dirty underwear.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So what disgusting things have you done to your sibling? We want to know all about it. You can Renee, or you can be named anonymous, or we can give you a fancy name. You can put your own name, but go to our sissues.ca website, or you can just email us at sissues.ca, or go to our Facebook page, our Instagram, our Twitter, and send us a DM. Let us know your story.
You can put your sister's name and make it a really disgusting story. Do that. That'd be funny.